What's going on, guys? This is Jeremy, the Centrepreneur, coming at you with my 4th edition of Sample City, my week's worth of sampling new fragrances that I've smelled by ordering or by picking them up at Sephora or whatever. This is going to have to be split into 2 parts. The last Lucky Scent order I got was pretty big. I might have went a little overboard with the samples, but yeah, so the second part of that will be next Friday. For this one, 10 really good fragrances. There's only one I'm going to talk about today that I'm not super fond of, but there's Xerjoff's, Montale's, by Kilian, Tom Ford. Some good stuff, guys. Some really good stuff. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. First off, there were 3 that really got me interested, and I'm testing them really heavily, but I'm pretty certain I'm gonna be interested in bottles at some point. The first of these I alluded to in my 5 fragrances I'm looking forward to video, and that's from By Kilian, restored my faith in the brand. That's Amber Oud. Unbelievable scent, guys. Unbelievable. It's like very smooth and classy, buttery, ambery, vanilla. I'm not entirely sure if it's like a good lady killer date scent, but suited up, it's so classy. I think you could wear it like to a nice restaurant for sure. And you know what, the more I'm thinking about it, yes, it's a date scent. It's probably not the best date scent, but it's a classy scent, man, and it's good. It's real good. Okay, the second scent that I'm interested in for a bottle is from Montale, and that's Chocolate Greedy. It's a chocolate chip cookie in a bottle, man. It's delicious. It's warm chocolate cookie. It's actually not linear. It's like the cookie changes over time from maybe like a double chocolate to a chocolate chip. But I do think you could wear this on a date. It's delicious smelling. So far, it's honestly the best pure chocolate scent I've ever got my nose on. And the third scent that I'm really looking into, I actually just decided tonight to put it in this portion of Sample City, and I think it's, yeah, there it is. It's another one from Montale, guys. It's Sweet Vanilla. I think Chocolate Greedy's marketed towards women too. I think they're both unisex, honestly. For Sweet Vanilla, it's like a sweet almond vanilla cookie sort of thing. It is much different from Chocolate Greedy, but it is another cookie. Probably why I like it. I love desserts, and cookies are the one thing I can't say no to. Next up, guys, is the fragrances that I thought were really good, but I'm not quite sold on them yet. The first of these, I already own what you could call a clone, or it smells very similar to this one, but the first of my list of fragrances that I am interested in continuing checking out is from Nasomatto, and it's Pardon. This is dark, sexy, manly, oudy, deep chocolate. It lasts forever. It doesn't project a whole lot, but I already have L'instant de Guerlain Eau Extreme, and they do share some serious similarities. I'm gonna do a video comparing the two in the near future, actually. So look out for that one. That was Nasomatto Pardon. Another one that bears a lot of similarities to a designer that I own and love, and that's from Xerjoff, and it's Naxos. This is like a darker, heavier pure Havane with the Tonka note played up a little bit more, I think. I don't get as much tobacco as I do in pure Havane. I get more vanilla Tonka and cherry with like a tobacco backbone, sort of, to keep it masculine, I guess. Yeah, so that was Xerjoff Naxos. Next up, guys, is another Xerjoff, and it's Ivory Root. I'll admit I didn't get around to playing with this one as much as I liked, but I did wear it a couple times, and it was a very, very manly, warm vanilla, a little spicy, and it was very good. It reminded me of something I'd smelled in the past. I'm still not sure what, but yeah, Ivory Root is definitely worth checking out. I think it's a real masculine vanilla. Next up is from Slumber House, and it's Keist. Do you guys know, like, that cheap peach juice that you can buy at grocery stores? That no-name brand peach juice. To me, that's what Keist smells like. It's insanely dark, the juice. It projects like crazy. I don't find it lasts very long on me. I shouldn't say that. I mean, I get like 8-10 hours out of it. But I mean, for the darkness and the strength of the juice, it doesn't last that long for me. But it is good. You know, it's just a matter of, is it too cloying for me, is my only concern. That was Keist from Slumber House. This was the first Slumber House fragrance I've ever smelled, and you know what? It's really piqued my attention. I want to try the rest of the house now. It sounds like they got some really cool fragrances that I'd love to try. So yeah, guys. Next is from Histoire de Parfum, and it's Ambre 114. This is a powerful, warm, masculine, ambery vanilla, along the lines of the Kilian Amber Oud, but a little stronger. I found it was a bit harsher, and the Kilian is much more classy and sophisticated in my opinion. So that's why I'm just still considering Ambre 114. The last one I wanted to include in this still testing list is the Tom Ford that I put in a battle video, I think on Monday, and it's Neroli Portofino Forte. This is an excellent fragrance, guys. It's, to me, it's like Neroli Portofino meets Green Irish Tweed, and they get mixed together, sort of, and it comes out really beautiful. And you know, in my battle I said Aqua's better. I stick to that. I think Aqua is better, but I'm not ready to throw in the towel for Forte yet. Like, Aqua's not really on my my buy list until summer gets a little closer, so I've got until then to test Forte against it. Forte's good, it's more masculine, but so far I do think Aqua's the better scent. Lastly, we come to the one fragrance that I wanted to talk about today that I sampled and I was really not impressed with that much, or at all, frankly. I've got it on my arm just to give it one last shot, and it's another one from Montale. They had two in my almost sure thing buys, and they've got the only fragrance in the I for sure am not buying this, and it's Sweet Oriental Dream. I'd never really heard much talk about this one. I just read the notes on Fragrantica and I was like, yeah man, I'll check this one out. It looks cool. I forget what they were. Like, almond was in there, and almond, I find almonds beautiful most of the time. But for whatever reason, I don't like this one. I do think it starts out pretty good. I don't know if it starts out bottle worthy, honestly, but it definitely starts better than it finishes. It starts out very oriental, like it says Oriental Sweet. maybe I shouldn't call it Oriental. It just smells like it's not Western, if that makes sense. And yeah, almond, vanilla. Sorry, it's been like 6 hours since I put this on. It's tough to remember. But yeah, Sweet Oriental Dream. I mean, it looked cool. It's not that great. I highly recommend Sweet Vanilla and Chocolate Greedy. This one, not so much. So yeah, guys, that's been my Sample City number 4, featuring some really amazing scents. You know, I've got Pardon on here as well. If I can justify owning Pardon and LIDGE, I'm gonna buy it. So you can almost put that one on there as well. And like, same goes for Naxos, honestly. Those two are both so good. I'm struggling to wrap my head around owning both one of those and either LIDGE or Pure Van. Like, there's differences between the fragrances, and I'm gonna talk about them further, hopefully next week. If you guys are interested in that, stay tuned. Also, next week for Sample City number 5, I wanted to give you a little idea of what I'll be talking about then. I'll be talking about the second fragrance besides Amber Oud that really blew me away when I smelled it. It was everything I dreamed it would be. It's from Xerjoff. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is from Xerjoff. What are we talking about next week? It'll be Xerjoff. I've got some Zoologist, some Shea and Blue, MFK, and I forget, there are some more houses that I did get samples for. There's 9 coming up next week that I didn't talk about today, and I'm so excited. I want to talk about them now, but I'm gonna hold back and save some content for next week. Guys, that's been Sample City number 4. Please comment down below if you've got some experience with any of the 10 fragrances I mentioned today. Maybe you can give me some insight into what you think is bottle worthy. What do you think Nasomatto Pardon versus Guerlain's LIDGE, and Xerjoff Naxos versus Mugler's Pure Van? You know, I will have battle videos coming out, but I'd love to hear what you guys think about that. Yeah, leave, if there's any samples you'd like me to check out in the future, leave them down below, and I'll add them to my list, and I'm trying to work through them. I've gotten some pretty obscure recommendations that I'm supposed to check out, and they sound cool, so like, I'm excited, but I don't know how the hang I'm gonna get them. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, guys, this has been the Sentrepreneur. If you like this video, please subscribe. There's new content coming out all the time. Reviews, top lists, fragrance battles, Sample City number 5 next week. Don't miss that. There's another fragrance that I adore on it. Yeah, guys, stay tuned. Have a great weekend. And yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow, hopefully.